All right, Sergeant Cegelski with the Minnehaha County Sheriff's Office. Last name spelled Cegelske. I'm here today because deputies were dispatched to the area of Highway 38, just west of Marion Road this morning around 7:53 a.m. For a fatality accident involving a passenger car and a garbage truck. Deputies are currently on scene right now investigating, and we don't have much information other than that. You guys have any questions?
Where was that
Highway 38, just west of Marion Road.
What time did it crash after that?
Deputies were dispatched around 7:53 a.m.
No charges at this time.
No, still under investigation.
Do you know
So,
what kind of garbage truck it was at all, or just?
we don't have that information right now.
Do you know exactly how many people were involved, like how many drivers or passengers were involved?
I do not know. All right.
Good morning, Lieutenant Terrence Matias, Sioux Falls Police Department, Crimes Against Persons Section Commander. Just here to update you on a case that happened back in October. It was on October 1st, 2020. It was in the 1500 block of South Doodler Drive. There was an incident where it was reported as a burglary. Ended up being two people that knew each other. Mr. Jarrell King and Marcus Anderson were involved in an altercation at Mr. Anderson's residence. During that time, Mr. King was shot in the upper torso area. Officers arriving on scene gave him medical attention at that point, and he was transported to the hospital where he later succumbed to those injuries, probably about a week after the incident occurred. At the time, detectives met with Mr. Anderson, and he did give us information and acknowledged his part in having the firearm and shooting Mr. King. And however, due to the circumstances surrounding the disagreement, we had to wait on forensic evidence to actually show that what we believe he's responsible for, which was first-degree manslaughter and a felon in possession of a firearm. He was arrested within the last several hours by the Minnehaha County Fugitive Task Force, and he's currently in our custody now. So his offenses are, it was a $500,000 warrant that we obtained on February 10th for first-degree manslaughter and felony possession of a firearm. And I also have the CRI number up there for you folks for the affidavit as well. Mr. King's family wasn't from Sioux Falls, neither was Mr. King. He had lived here for a couple years. His family's actually in another state at this point, and they've been notified as well of how this case has progressed. It all came down to obviously good work by Detective Sarda, who did the investigation and also interviewed the suspect, Mr. Anderson, but also from the state crime lab, DCI state crime lab, who gave us tons of forensic and DNA analysis on the firearm, and as well as with the Minnehaha County Coroner's Office to get to this point. So it took a little bit of time, but it was a little extra just because of the DNA work that had to come into it. So, any questions at all? I think, yeah, it was October 21st. So October was a busy month for us. I believe we had three incidents that we reported. This was one of them that didn't go by the wayside for sure, because like I said, for Mr. King's passing did take a little bit of time, and we were still working that in addition to other homicides that month as well. So.
And it kind of started out as an altercation?
Yes, they knew each other through a common acquaintance, female acquaintance. My understanding is Mr. King arrived there. There was a disagreement between the two of them. Mr. Anderson produced a firearm, and at that point during the struggle is when the firearm went off. And that's why it's manslaughter, because that intention of actually going to kill him wasn't, I don't believe, that the intent either. So, first-degree manslaughter and a felon in possession of a firearm. Just a couple hours ago. It was here in the city of Sioux Falls. I don't have the exact residence. We obtained the arrest warrant on February 10th, and they were able to locate him early this morning. Yep, upper torso area, gunshot, and obviously there's a lot of vital organs within the whole human body, but in the particular area that he was received the gunshot wound was fatal for him. I do not know the exact date, no. It will be November 7th. Saturday, November 7th is when we were notified of his passing. Okay? Thanks, gentlemen. Appreciate it.
Okay, on the log, I really don't have anything. The aggravated assaults on there were domestics, no serious injuries. The burglary, we had an apartment that was entered, and somebody had some items taken from a gym locker. The disorderly conduct was a disorderly phone call. There's just a report on that. The embezzlement was a car that was loaned out. The family disputes, one of them was another domestic and the other was a protection order violation. Frauds, we had some credit cards and ID thefts. Larcenies, a couple of shopliftings, a couple of license plates stolen, wallet left behind, nothing big from those. Narcotics were marijuana and meth. The sex offenses, both of those were sex offenders that didn't register. Simple assault were some more domestics. And the vandalism, that was somebody damaged a hand sanitizer station. No arrests on that. And then the weapons violation, I don't have any reports on that at this point. That's all I have, unless you guys have any other questions. Okay, thanks.